Have you ever felt like your day is just the same series of clicks and keystrokes over and over again? Well, today we're going to change all that. We're going to build your very own personal digital assistant using a little bit of Python. The goal? To automate all those boring computer tasks so you can get back to focusing on what actually matters.
You know that feeling, right? That endless cycle of opening the same app, typing the same report header, organizing the same files. It's just digital drudgery, and man, it eats up our time. But what if you could teach your computer to do all of that for you? That's exactly what we're here to do.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about your new automation superpower. Then we'll get our toolkit together, build our very first automated task, which is super cool. And finally, we'll look at how you can take this brand new skill and use it to boost your professional portfolio.
Okay, let's talk about that superpower. It's called desktop automation, and believe me, it is your key to getting back hours of your day. So, what is it exactly?
It's really as simple as it sounds. Instead of you physically clicking the mouse and typing on the keyboard, you write a simple program that takes control and does it all for you. You get to be the director, and your computer becomes this perfect, error-free assistant that just executes your commands in a flash.
And the payoff here is huge. We're not just saving a few seconds here and there. We're getting rid of typos, we're boosting our productivity through the roof, and this is the really exciting part, we're building actual tools that solve our own unique problems. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
All right, every superhero needs their gadgets. So for this job, we need to assemble our digital toolkit. But don't worry, everything we need is totally straightforward and free.
Here's the rundown of what you'll need. A modern version of Python, a code editor, something like VS Code is perfect, and just a basic handle on Python syntax. Now, our examples today are for Windows, but the ideas we're talking about, you can totally adapt them for any operating system.
Now, let's meet the A-team. Think of these Python libraries as your crew of specialists. You've got AutoIT. That's your robot, the one that does all the clicking and typing. The OS library is like your personal file clerk, managing all your folders and files. And Time? That's your pace setter, making sure your script doesn't run too fast. Each one has a very specific and very powerful job.
All right, enough talk. Theory is great, but let's actually build something. We are going to write our very first script to automate a simple, everyday task. It is time to see this thing in action. Okay, before we write a single line of code, let's just think this through like a human. What's the plan? It's really just 3 simple steps. 1, we tell the computer to open Notepad. 2, we give it a second to load up. And 3, we tell it what to type. That's it. That is the entire logic behind our script.
So, how do we translate that into code? Well, step 1 is handled by the subprocess library. This one line of code right here is the digital version of you double-clicking the Notepad icon. It's just a command telling your operating system, hey, run this program. Simple as that.
Now for step 2. Why do we need to pause? It's a great question. Because computers, just like people, sometimes need a moment to think. This time.sleep2 command tells our script to just chill out for 2 seconds. That gives Notepad plenty of time to fully load before we start trying to type, which makes our automation way more reliable and stops it from crashing.
And now for the main event. We bring in our AutoIT library. The write function does exactly what it says on the tin. It simulates typing on your keyboard, 1 character at a time. With just this single line, your script can type out anything you want. And, just like that, you've automated your first task. How cool is that?
But that was just the beginning. Seriously, that was just the warm-up. Once you understand how to control the keyboard and the mouse, you've basically unlocked a whole new, powerful way to interact with your computer. So let's look beyond just clicks and keys for a second.
Just imagine this. Your script could automatically create new project folders for you every single morning. Or you could have it give you voice feedback like, report generated successfully. Or if you want to share your tools, you could even build a simple graphical interface with buttons so your friends or coworkers can use your stuff without ever seeing a line of code. The possibilities here are basically endless.
So you see, this is way more than just a fun little project. This skill has some incredible real-world value. It's about building solutions that can save you or your company a ton of time and money. And that's a skill that is always in demand.
But, with great power comes great responsibility. Before you go off and try to automate your entire life, a quick word on safety. First, always test your scripts on something small and harmless. Second, use those time.sleep delays we talked about to keep things stable. And remember this amazing trick. PyAutoGraph has a built-in failsafe. If your script ever goes wild, just slam your mouse into one of the corners of the screen and it'll stop it instantly.
And this right here is the key takeaway. What you're learning here isn't just a party trick. As our source material points out, this is a gateway skill. It leads directly into these huge, high-demand fields like robotic process automation and AI. Having a project like this in your portfolio proves you can build practical, valuable tools and solve real-world problems.
So, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. You've seen just how easy it can be to start building your own digital assistant. So the only question left is, what's the first repetitive task in your life that you're going to automate?